Morning, students. Today we are going to study chapter number 3, Electoral Politics. In this chapter, we are going to see that how the representatives are elected, why elections are necessary and useful for a democracy. We are going to be able to distinguish between democratic elections from the non-democratic elections. First point or the first topic in this chapter we have that why elections. Before discussing this topic, why elections, we are going to see or we are going to understand the meaning or the definition of elections. What is elections? Elections is procedure that allows member of an organization or community to choose representatives who will hold position of authority within it. Now it is a procedure, it is a method in which a member of the organization or a community, okay, they choose a representative among them who will hold the position, who will rule them, govern them. Okay. The most important elections select the leaders of local, state, and national governments. Okay, elections are held at the local level, state, and national level. Okay, to select the leaders. The chance to decide who will govern at these levels serve as an opportunity for the public to make choices about the policies, programs, and future directions of government action. Now what happens here, that whenever there is a chance, okay, to decide that who will govern at the local level, at the state level, and the national government, it gives an opportunity, it gives a chance for the people to make choice that what type of policies, what type of programs should be implemented, okay, for the welfare of the people and future directions of government action, that how will the government work in the future. At the same time, elections promote accountability. Now, how elections promote accountability? The threat of defeat at the polls exerts pressure on those in power to conduct themselves in a responsible manner. Okay, those people who are standing in elections, okay, they have an pressure on their mind, okay, so that they can conduct themselves, they can show themselves in a responsible manner, so that people also can trust them and take account of popular interest and wishes when they make their decisions. Okay, that they, whenever any decision is taken by the elected representative, it takes account the popular interest, means the wishes of the people, what people wants, okay, and good for the people. Okay, so this is the meaning of elections. Now why elections? It takes place regularly in any democracy. We know that there are more than 100 countries in the world in which elections take place to choose people representatives. Okay, we know that in democratic country we have elections regularly, right? And in more than 100 countries, elections take place to choose the people representative. But why is there need? Why is election necessary and useful for a democracy? A rule of people is possible without any election if all the people can sit every day and take all the decision. Okay, it is possible that all the people of a community or a group can sit together and take a decision. Okay, but we already know that it is not possible in a large community. If we are talking about a group of 5 to 6 people, then they can sit together and take all the decision. But when we are talking about a larger community, we are talking about a large country, then it is not possible. Secondly, nor it is possible for everyone to have the time and knowledge to take decision on all matters. Okay, this is also important, that every person may not have enough time or enough knowledge so that he or her can take any decisions on all the matters. Therefore, in most democracies, people rule through their representatives. Okay. In an election, the voters make many choices. Whenever you are conducting elections, whenever you are contesting elections, what happens? Voters has many choice. The first choice of the voter is that they can choose who will make laws for them. They will choose the elected representative, that he will make law for him, okay, or she will make law for him. Secondly, They can choose who will form the government and take major decisions. Now, when the elected representative is chosen by the people, they can choose the form of government also. Okay, that top form of government only will take the major decisions. Okay, they can choose the party whose policies will guide the government and lawmaking. Okay, they have chosen the form of government, they have chosen the elected representative. They will have a choice to choose the party that the party's policies will guide the government and make law. So this is the need for elections. Okay, these are the choices. Now we have that what makes an election democratic. Okay, why can we say that election is democratic? Okay, in democracy we know that it is a rule of the people, by the people and for the people. Whatever is done in a democratic country, we have to keep in mind the people. Okay, everyone should be able to choose. This means that everyone should have one vote and every vote should have equal value. Means every person is equal before law. Okay, every person has the right to vote and every vote should have an equal value. Secondly, there should be something to choose from. Parties and candidates should be free to contest elections and should offer some real choices to the voters. Okay, secondly, we have that there should be some options given. Okay, there should be some choices given before the people so that the people can correct the, or the people can choose the correct one. Okay, so the parties and the candidates should be free so that they can contest elections and they can get choices to the people. The choice should be offered at regular intervals. Election must be held regularly after every few years. Okay, so in India we have elections after 5 years. So that choice also should be offered at regular intervals. Elections should be held at every few years. Fourth, the candidate preferred by the people should get elected. Okay, whomsoever the people choose, okay, that person should be elected. Fifth, election should be conducted in a free and fair manner where people can choose as they really wish. Okay, elections should be conducted in free and fair manner so that people can choose the person whom they wish to choose. Okay, so that this makes an election democratic. Okay, now we have here that is it good to have political competition? Now if you're talking about political competition, we know many a times in elections political parties compete with each other. Okay, so there is a question arises that is it good to have political competition? There should be political competition. Elections are thus all about political competitions. Okay, one party is competition, having competition with the another party. This takes competition take various forms. Okay, this type of competition, that is political competition, it has various forms. The most obvious form is the competition among political parties. One party wants to win from the another one. At the constituency level, it takes the form of competition among several candidates. When we are talking about constituency level, then it is competition among the several candidates. If there is no competition, election will become pointless. There is no meaning of conducting elections. Okay. Now, if you are talking about that without elections, okay, without competition, sorry, elections are pointless. But is it good to have political competition? Now, when a question arises that is it good to have political competition, you have a choice yes or no. Okay, when you say yes, then why yes? But is good to have political competition? Why yes? Okay, because political competition has demerits also. Okay, clearly an electoral competition has many demerits. It creates a sense of disunity and factionalism in every locality. Okay, people started hating each other. Okay, whenever a candidate, okay, whenever two candidates are standing in elections, okay, they have grief, hatred, okay, because one want to win from the another one. Okay, so that creates a sense of disunity. Different political parties and leaders often level allegations against one another. Means political parties, what they do, they start blaming each other. They start, one party started blaming the another one. Parties and candidates often use dirty tricks to win elections. Many a times this happens in India also, that one political party, just to win elections, they use dirty tricks also. Some people say that this pressure to win electoral fights does not allow sensible long-term policies to be formulated. Okay, some people says like that this type of electoral competition, this type of political competition, it gives pressure on the political parties and the minds of political parties, and just because of this pressure they do not be able to create sensible long-term policies which should be formulated. Some people, some good people who many wish to serve the country do not enter this arena. Okay, there are some people who want to do good for, or who want to work for the welfare of the country. Okay, who want to serve the country, but they do not enter into this field just because of this competition. They do not like the idea of being dragged into healthy competition. Okay, these type of people, they do not like the idea of healthy competition, so they do not want to enter this political competition. So where we have merits of political competition, there are demerits of political competition also. The For today it's over. Okay, this is for today. We studied about the definition, the meaning of election, why do we need elections, what makes election democratic, and is it good, and if yes, then why it is good, because political competition has merit demerits also. Thank you.